person without a vision for their lives lives a very loose life. But a person with a vision for their life lives a very narrow life. Welcome to Purpose Driven, where we look to inspire you to reach your full potential, identify your purpose, live according to your purpose, and reach your dreams. Hello and welcome back to Purpose Driven with me, James Sulagazi. Such a pleasure and a privilege once again for you guys to be here. Welcome to the new month of June. We are now in the second part of the year. And guys, we are in the second part of the year. The year is really going by. And I'm sure many of you are thinking if they've actually accomplished their New Year's resolutions. Remember when the year began, I'm sure many of us or many of you guys had goals and things that you wanted to achieve. So now we are halfway through. I wonder how far you are, but just to get you thinking. In fact, if you want to share with us, maybe what were your New Year's resolution 2021? What was your 2021 goals? Things you wanted to do? How far are you? Share with us. Connect with us on our social media platforms. We are available on Facebook. There's a Facebook group called #Empowerment Podcast. There is also a Facebook page called Empowerment Podcast. On Instagram, it's empowerment_podcast. And on Twitter, yes, we are on Twitter, it's Empowerment Podcast. So just tag us, share a hashtag Purpose Driven. We'll find us there on all social media platforms. In fact, if you search Empowerment Podcast, you will find us. Yes, on YouTube, we are back as well on YouTube. Search Empowerment Podcast and you see great videos there that we share with you. And if you have any kind of question that you have or suggestion that you have as well, please feel free to contact us. If you want to be contacting us on a more personal note, you can WhatsApp us. WhatsApp the number 065-615-6641. I'm going to repeat the number. The WhatsApp number that you can get us on is 065-615-6641. And we appreciate your feedback. We appreciate even you taking your time to listen to this podcast. We are there for you Monday to Sunday. That is every day of the year. And of course, our main aim is to really inspire, equip you guys, and also to hope that you get empowered to becoming the best version of yourself, to becoming the person that you are wanting to be, to reaching your goals. And so I wanted to talk about something today that is quite relevant. And many things, actually, when you talk about purpose driven, many things that regards purpose or living intentionally are basic things that we almost know. So whenever I know that whenever I share some of these principles here, it's basically like a reminder of something you've heard before or something that you came across before. So it's a reminder, and I always, my wish and my desire is that as you guys are listening to any of our shows, even here on Purpose Driven, you are moved to a certain action to do something, because that's really is something that is our desire, to see you going somewhere, to see you growing to into becoming the person that God has intended you to be. So whenever you hear something from our shows, I hope you are applying it, I hope you are learning it, or I hope it's encouraging you to keep going on certain practice or behavior or habits that you are actually keeping. And last week I talked about planning, and I asked if do you have plans. And it's the second part of the year, and I'm sure we all start the year with plans. I'm sure we all have this thing of saying we all want plans, or we all have plans. Maybe most of people, they say they have plans, but somehow because of circumstances of life, we come across maybe they get delayed or they get derailed. Maybe you have to come up with a plan B, plan C, plan, etc., etc. But the important thing is, yes, you have a plan. But I just wanted to make us understand something, that in regards to plans, we also have to be aware of time. We have to be aware of time, the value, the time we have, the value that time gives us, the value that each and every day give us. Time is the most common gift, if we put like that. That's everyone, all people on earth, every single person here on earth has equally. All have the same amount of time. It's 24 hours. I've not seen someone that has 25 or less, but we all have the same amount of time, which is 24 hours. And the thing about time that you see, some people, they will say, I don't have much time, or don't have enough time. The thing about time is that time, it has to be managed. Time has to be managed. We cannot really say we have time for certain things, but you only choose. You make a decision. You make a decision to use the time depending on what you are intending it to be used for. And basically, why am I saying we should be aware? We should be aware of time. Time is basically life. When time stops, life ceases to exist. We go to what you call eternal, and it's very important that while we are here on earth, while we are living, while life is there, we are aware of this very fact that time is life. We measure time in seconds, we measure time in minutes, hours, months, years. As I'm talking about, that is now we are halfway through 2021, and that's basically time passing by. That is basically time passing by. And when I say measure and look back and see where you've come, how far you've come since January, I'm basically saying, look at how you've been spending your time. Because what we become and who will become is basically a result of the investment we invest in our time. You see, when you spend your time doing something, you are actually investing as well in your future. So your present kind of determines or shows us how your future will look like. So we need to be very much alert of the things that we are choosing to spend our time with, and we have to give value to our time. So we need to have wisdom. Basically, we need to have wisdom to use time correctly. I just want to share a scripture that I like very much, and it's the one that basically comes to my mind every time I think about the value of using time correctly. The Bible verse I'm gonna read is found actually in Ephesians chapter number 5, verses 14 to verses number 18. it reads as follows. Therefore, he says, awake, O sleeper, and arise from the dead, and Christ shall shine upon you and give you light. Look carefully how you live or how you walk. Live purposefully and worthily and accurately, not as unwise and witless, but as wise, sensible, intelligent people, making the very most of the time, buying up each opportunity, because the days are evil. Therefore, do not be vague or thoughtless and foolish, but understand and firmly grasping what is the will of the Lord is. And do not get drunk with wine, for that is debauchery, but ever be filled and stimulated with the Holy Spirit. So on this verse, obviously, I just want to pick up a few key importance on time. And in verse 15 it says, live purposefully and worthily and accurately. It says, make the most of the time. Make sure that you understand what the will of the Lord is. So we have to live purposefully, we have to live worthily, we have to live accurately, not as witless or unwise people, but as wise people, which means we have to make wise decisions. We have to make wise decisions. We have to make decisions that are intentional. And when it comes to wisdom, or when it comes to making wise decisions, many people, they think wisdom comes through experience, but I say otherwise, because the Bible teaches us that the fear of the Lord, or the beginning of wisdom, is the fear of the Lord. Is wisdom, and to depart from evil is actually understanding. That is found in Job 28:28. It says, unto men he said, behold, the fear of the Lord, that is wisdom, and to depart from evil is understanding. Wisdom is actually beyond than just making decisions merely by thinking them anyhow, but it's using divine reasoning, if I may put it like that. It's using divine reasoning. And the Bible tells us that we can actually ask God for wisdom. And it says, if any man lacks wisdom, let him ask God, and God will give them wisdom. So we need to make wise decisions. We need to make sure that we are using time properly. We are using time accurately. We are using time, making sure we are giving worth to the time that we are having. We have to make sure we use time correctly and put a value on time, because time is important in no matter what thing that we have, whether now your vision is actually kind of getting clear to you, or you are seeing what you're supposed to be in life. Unless you now understand that each and every time that you have to use it correctly, you are actually not gonna achieve much. You're just gonna be seeing your vision but not really achieving it. I like the book of Habakkuk, when the Lord is saying, write the vision down and make it plain on tablets, that he may run who reads it. And then it says on verse number 3, the vision is not for the vision is for an appointed time, but at the end it will speak. It will not lie, though it tarries, wait for it, because it will surely come. It will not tarry. You see, it's for an appointed time. Again, see, if you are not a person who's aware of their time or how they're spending their time, you might find that you are losing a value on your time, or you might not seeing the vision manifest. The time is so important. I'm trying to get this point across because even the book of in Ecclesiastes, it talks about times and season. It says there's a time and season for everything and every matter under the sun. So we should be people who are actually redeeming time. The word redeem means to own by creative rights. So we should be owning our time. So we have to be aware of all these things about time. That we shouldn't really use time anyhow, because time has to be used with value. It has to add value to the life that it exists in. So we have to add value to the life that it exists in. I just want to leave you now with this thought on this question: how are you using your time? I think 2 weeks back I talked about creating good habits. So all these things and everything that we are talking about, it happens under time, and it starts small. Like when the Bible says there's a season and time for everything and every activity under the sun. Like I started saying, we're halfway through. Maybe you're not even close to reaching the goals you set. I'm here to tell you, don't worry about it. Don't really rush yourself. Remember that, there's a time and a season for everything under the sun. Just be aware of this thing. Understanding times can actually help you not to make a rash decision as well, because you will understand that whatever thing that you are planning to happen, if it's not happening at that moment or at that time, you will understand that there is a set time for it. Like Habakkuk was saying that write the vision down, it will not tarry. It has an appointed time. The vision is for an appointed time. So understanding time or being aware of time also gives you that peace of understanding the current time that you are in. Maybe it's the season for you to sow. So don't really be rushing to be reaping. Just sow. Maybe it's not yet harvest for you. It's time to sow and make sure that you are putting in effort and you are investing a lot of time in something that's in future to come back to you with rewards. So we need to understand time in that way, and that time has to be used effectively. Ephesians says, don't wake up your sleeper. Don't be like the unwise or the witless, but live purposefully, live worthily, and live accurately. I like that amplified version because it uses those 3 words. It says live purposefully, live accurately, and live worthily. We have to make sure we are putting worth on our time and the things that we are doing. So ask yourself and try to see where you are currently in regards to using your time. Where are you? And remember, time has to be managed. We have the same time everywhere. And so I normally say, let's not make excuses and say we don't have time for certain things, because since time can be managed, we have to be the one who are actually developing or building or shaping our time to becoming what we want it to be. We have to shape it. And again, like I was saying, that time should be used to initiate and create something that's adding value to the life that exists. So even the relationships that we are making time for, we have to be making sure we are evaluating them. Are they giving word to us? The activities we are giving time to, are they giving word to us? Are we using time wisely? Or we just want to have downtime? Downtime is good, but I think even our downtime should be related to giving value to us. If you have downtime and you just want to sleep all day, sleep. Sleeping too much is not good as well. We like to say, I'm resting. But yeah, too much rest is not good as well. So, how are you using your time? And how far are you with your goals? It's June now, and yeah, halfway through, and I hope you are making progress. And if maybe you are kind of struggling, I hope God gives you wisdom to put an effort and now start to use time correctly. When it says redeem, it means now you have to make sure you're promising yourself that you're gonna use it correctly. You're gonna put value to it, and you're gonna commit, and you're gonna make sure that what you're supposed to do, you are doing it now. You are putting its value to the time. Yeah, last principles I just want to say from all the whole thing that I've been saying here. Time has to be managed. Time has to be used valuable. Which means you have to protect your time. Time must have a focus, and time has to have worth and value. I'm gonna share one last time. Our time has to be managed. We have to protect it. We have to focus it, which means we have to focus on our vision and our purpose. And also time has to have worth and value. So anything that you are doing, any relationship you are building, has to evolve around giving us value of our time that we are investing. And going back to last week topic, you have to have a plan to use your time correctly. Make sure that you establish your priorities on that plan, and make sure that you pursue those priorities, and you protect those priorities and plans by making sure that the time you are spending is valuable, or it's adding value. So, which means you have to also identify what is valuable and what is not valuable. Yeah, guys, until next time, let's learn to make wise decisions. Let's make decisions. Let's value our time. And please do get back to us on our social media platform and share your thoughts with us. Until next time, cheers.